So, Jim, asking like kind of just a life question of how do you deal with like how we deal with our lives and making changes. Like sometimes you have to do what you don't expect to have to do. Like for us, we with Jim's schedule, we had to ask my mom to come and help because there were times my blood pressure would drop too far or I get really dizzy. And me being alone with Anderson wasn't always safe, and so we had to make the choice to have my mom come live with us, so that when Jim had night commitments, I wasn't alone, and I had help. And so how do you deal with the disappointment of life looking so different than you expected? Like, when we started dating 13 years ago today, it did not, you did not expect that.
Yeah, well, when we were newly married, I would throw your underwear all over our apartment, and it was really funny. Um, Now that your mom's living here,
You can't even walk around in your underwear.
I miss those days. But in reality, it's been hard. It's never anyone's dream of having your mother-in-law live with you, especially when it's for your good,
Yeah.
not theirs. And I, I I haven't dealt with that well. It's been a gigantic struggle. She's a great lady, but it's a challenge. She's always here. Um, she's very kind, but
Totally a different mom than your mom.
yeah, totally. And so I probably don't deal with that well. I just want things to be normal, and they're not. So
I think that's, honestly, I think that's a really good thing what you said. Like, you want things to be normal. First of all, what is normal? And then the other aspect of, I think sometimes people think like you can't feel disappointment because you, like, basically you're blaming God. God's a big God, He has big shoulders. I think you have to be honest about your disappointment or it gets harder. And that, I think, causes distance between, like we cause distance between you and I.
yeah,
If you don't talk about that, I'm disappointed that this looks different than I expected.
yeah. No, that's yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're talking about kind of hard topics. So you said something in an earlier video and about like, my
Pretty
life.
sure I didn't say anything.
He said something. My life being here on the couch, and I don't think like when you say that, it's like killer to my soul because I feel so unseen. Like you don't know, like how much I push through. Like you come home, but you don't normally get home till like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, where actually most people have shut down. Of like how much I push through and don't let this. Like yes, I don't have the freedom to drive a car. I don't have the freedom to like to leave the house when I want to. I can't even go for a walk by myself because I could fall over. Um, but in the midst of that, I make the most out of my life by building relationships, by being on, and handling like pretty much all of our home life in the midst of this disease. And I don't do that in my own power. It's totally God.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mean to be disrespectful by saying you're trapped on this couch. Um, it's hard for me that you can't come upstairs to our bedroom and like sleep in our bed.
Oh, absolutely.
We make the couch up into a bed every night, and often when I am home, we'll watch a little bit of TV, and you'll nod off, and and then I'll give you a kiss and make sure your heated blankets are on, and go upstairs and go to bed, and that's not ideal.
It's not ideal at all.
And so I don't say that as disrespecting to you. I say that as like wow, that is a gigantic loss for us.
I pray for a day that we, can all be that we have a bedroom that's on this house is a huge blessing. But a room that I don't have stairs to go upstairs, just because I don't sleep well, so I get up a lot during the night, and I fell down the stairs a few times, and it's too big of a fear. But those are the losses, like where you have to cry because it doesn't look like you hoped it would look.
Yeah.
Like to not be able to will yourself to go up the stairs, you know?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate it.
I know.
I love you though.
I love you too. I think though it teaches you reliance, you know, that in the midst of disappointment, he still has me.
Yeah.
And you and I are still, we're making it work even though it's not what we want.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm in this with you. Sorry.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's a journey into the real, and it's real.
Yep.
So